Yeah, hello YouTube. This is my second video on YouTube, and today I'm gonna still present you the Korg NANOKontrol 2, which is a new version of the NANOKontrol, the original NANOKontrol by Korg. Very nice tool. It can improve quite a lot. In another video I already talked about new features, the MIDI user control, which for instance means that now all the elements are always in sync with your DAW software. Here I'm using Ableton Live, and you can see, for instance, as I switch the buttons here, you can see the light at the Ableton also changes. If I mute tracks, it does it as well. And now if I move, for instance, track 6 and 7, I can control the volume level, obviously. I set channel 8. This device only has now 8 channels, not 9, which is a bit of pity, but it's not too bad. So I assigned channel 8 to do the master volume, as you can see. The knobs, I changed the assignment, so the standard assignment is there already for pen, but I don't use it, so I assign, for instance, here the metronome level, and while you have play, you have the whole transport section. I assign the switches, the markers. I changed the assignment, and it's described in the description how you can do that. It's actually pretty nice, and it wasn't feasible with the first version to switch between toggle views, as you can see. Also to activate the detail section and to activate metronome. And here I have redo and undo. Now it just toggles microphone and metronome on and off, which is just if you want to undo a record you did or redo it. So it's pretty nice. Okay, what else? I assigned, if I go to the session view, I assigned this button, the first line, as I don't use solo very much, to play the current clip. So for instance, if I hear in track 6, I have a drum loop, so I can, if I toggle here, it should play. So you can hear it, I can control the volume. I assign the knob to a high pass filter, so I can control easily, for instance, the filter frequency cutoff, and I start it. Okay, so it's a nice toy, which the basic aim, my basic aim was I wanted to use only the NANOKontrol and not anymore the keyboard or the mouse, which I finally arrived to do so by some assignments, both in Ableton using the MIDI learn function. So I assigned, for instance, some buttons here and some faders, and I had to do some little changes in the MIDI control Phyton programs in Live, but it's not too complicated to get, for instance, the view change, which is kind of nice. Okay, another thing maybe, for instance, on channel 1 and 2, I'll just put it here, I have assigned to my external keyboard here. So for instance, here on channel 2, I have my panel 2 of the North stage, which is an organ sound. And so I did some rerouting in MIDI OX. On the Mac you can do it with MIDI pipe as well, to not only control Ableton and the Mac user elements like here, but also to control the external keyboard, in this case my North stage. So for instance, I wanted the fader to do volume, because while in MIDI channels the volume will not be controlled by the standard here, because there's no, as you can see, there's no fader. But what I did, I assigned, for instance, panel 2 here, the fader, as you can make. And now I can, by turning up the fader here, I can control, for instance, as you can see here, the volume of my organ. So I will play a chord. I can control it by NANOKontrol. Which is usually not feasible, but you can. So I use basically 3 types of adjustments to the standard settings, and now I get what I want. So this was the main. Okay, so let's start. The basic aim was just to create a work environment where I can simply put down some grooves, add some bass, some chords, and then improvise over it, and start writing a song. So let's say we want to record first the piano section on here. some Rhodes kind of sound. Again, I can use this button to put up the volume. This is not in Ableton, but directly via the MIDI OX MIDI translation. And I arm the track, so you see it turns on. And just one last thing, the MIDI control also works backwards. So if I, for instance, mute the track here in Ableton, I press the mouse, you will see that the light comes on and now it's also muted, and you always see what is going on on your channels. Okay, now I have some drum tracks, so I can, if I start, I put on record here. I want to record a clip. Say I want to do it in loop somehow. So I just start with some. I'm ready to record, and I press here, and in this button will automatically launch the scene, and given that it's armed, it will automatically start recording using the metronome. So I can be on click. And given that live is pretty nice, the live automatically gets you on the full bar. So I stopped recording just before the second bar ended, and the fourth bar ended, and so now I have 4 bars, as you can see here it automatically adds to 4 bars. I don't have to do anything with the mouse, and now I can have loop this kind of pattern. And I can say, okay, now I want to use this and want to record maybe put up the volume. Some organ sound over it. Okay, so I just do it again. On the track, I don't use the feature, so you've seen the arrangement view, there's nothing because I'm just working with loops for a moment. So I go here and play, which is the same as record, given that the track is armed, and can do some. Now it's on track. I have 8 bars of organ, and it's going over a rhythm beat of 1 bar and about a piano bar of 4 bars. And given that's all like odd numbers, even numbers, so it can basically loop it. Okay, so I could continue to for instance use some internal instruments. Say I want to, but I can use whatever you like. For instance, let's say I take here from instrument rack, I select some orchestral stuff, maybe some strings, maybe some cello, whatever. Put it on some track. Here, number 5. And so you see it automatically gets armed. You see the light changes. It's really nice. And let's see what we get here. And now I want to record externally. So. Okay. And I can do the same. It's armed. I just go here. Okay, this master level controls all the master volume here, but I assigned it also to control, as you can see here, my external instrument. So this really gets it down to 0 and changes the volumes. Now I can adjust the volumes, maybe get some more drums. Maybe not like the organ, just muted. continue, maybe do some part B or whatever. So for instance with these buttons I can slide down to the next scene, and now I can say, well, I want to record an alternative piano part, and so on track 1, and just go record here again. So you see what I mean. I mean, now I would have to stop all the other tracks. So I just deactivate them. You see, now they get deactivated. I let the drums, and now I can record, and I will only hear the piano. I can start it in the section B. So here. Okay, maybe I set the recording to a few bars. But anyway, I mean, you get the idea. I can continue to record, and it's pretty. So I can mute this. I can only play the second bar. I can move up in the scenes. Now I muted the organ. I lower the volume of the, I don't need the metronome anymore. And now I can jam along, obviously, if I want. But okay, I mean, you get the idea. Okay, so this is just what I want to show you, to how to record. Basically I don't need the keyboard and mouse anymore, and I can still have the screen, and well, okay, if you have any questions, just post to the instrument.